Hello everybody. In this lecture I'm gonna introduce you to basic HTML5 and in particular a couple one tag which is called a canvas and some input fields that are new input types such as color. What we will be doing, we'll be drawing a rectangle on a canvas and as a start. Later on I'll teach you how we um, add actually some input fields so we can determine the size of this canvas dynamically instead of hard coding it. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to create new HTML file in Dreamweaver, and I'm going to call that, we're going to save it as file save as, and I'm gonna call it my first canvas, and I'm gonna put it in a place so we can remember what it is in desktop, CIS 1503, and I'm gonna add it here. Alright, so in this canvas, if you have done any HTML5, this is pretty basic HTML5 file. It says untitled document. We're going to give it a title, canvas drawing. Okay. Alright. And here is the body of my file. And here's where I'm going to add the canvas. The first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a new type, a new tag. It's called canvas, and you notice that I'm using an older Dreamweaver, so it does not have some of the new HTML tags. But if you have any, if you have a Dreamweaver 6 or later, then you'll be fine. Instead of typing it there again, so I'm going to copy it from an example that I already have here and explain it to you in more detail. So here is the tag, and I'm going to copy it in here, and it'll say canvas width equal 400, height equal 600, and the ID equal my canvas. Now this ID is critical. We will see it later on. I'll tell you why it's critical. We'll see it later on. And let's just might as well just add some header. Okay, header 3 and the header 1, and say my first canvas example. Okay. All right. And maybe some break lines. Okay. And some break line here. All right. So if you view it right now, we don't see anything because the canvas is white. The background color of the canvas is white, so you don't see anything. Okay. You can use cascading style sheet, so later on maybe we'll do to show you to change the background color of this canvas. All right, what else can we do with this? Now, to draw on this canvas, you have to use some JavaScript. And I am going to add a JavaScript section here that does a few things. Okay, so first, we will draw a simple rectangle, so you'll see there is actually a canvas on the screen. So to draw on your rectangle, to access the canvas, first you need to get the canvas. So you define a variable var canvas equal document get element by ID. Now here I give it the name of the canvas, which I called it my canvas, and of course this is case sensitive, so you make sure you got the right spelling. Okay, I'm using single quote. I don't know, it depends on your implementation. Sometimes I've seen it works with single quote, sometimes it doesn't, so I'm using single quote. Sometimes you put double quote, but you can try it. The second thing I need to do, so that will give me access to the canvas. So the second thing that I will do is that I will need to have access to the context, okay, which allow me to draw on the on that canvas. So I can say context equal variable context canvas. I don't know if it will give me get context. I don't think it will give it to me here. Okay, and we will give it a parameter which says 2D graphic object. Basically, I'm getting the graphic object that exists on the parameter so I can draw on it. Now, just to make sure that I got the right spelling, I want to go to this JavaScript that I already have, and that is get context, control copy, just to make sure that we got the right spelling because I'm using the older version. So canvas equal get context. All right, so we're okay. All right, after you got the context, now you can set the color that you want to draw with, whether it is a pen or a rectangle, whatever it is. So you can say context fill style equal, for example, red. All right. Okay, so we've done the color. Now the next thing I want to do is that I want to fill a rectangle. So what do you do is that, or draw a rectangle. So you say context dot draw rectangle, and then I need to give it some parameters. A rectangle have a starting point, so I'm going to say starting point 0 and 0 again, and I'm going to give it the length of the width and the height of the canvas, which is already says 400 by 600. Now I'm going to show you another. I'm going to hard code it first, and later on I'll show you the better way of doing that. Okay, so that's all we're doing at the first point. I have a canvas. I define a canvas in my HTML page. I have a variable called canvas, which give me the get element by ID, which is the name of the canvas, so I can access it. Now I get the context on the canvas, which allow me to access the graphic object on that canvas, and I use that graphic object to set the background color, to set the color I wanted to draw with, the fill style, and then I am going to draw a rectangle. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and test it and see what happens. I think we might have something fill rectangle instead of draw rectangle. Draw rectangle will actually just draw rectangle edge, but we want to actually fill rectangle. Now if I run it in Chrome, I should get, save yes, I should get a rectangle that looks like that. Okay, so this is my canvas with the whole background canvas, and this is the header, right? So this is a basic example of JavaScript and a canvas. All right, and this we're finished with this example, and the next one we'll make it. We elaborate on this example. We add some fields so we can draw the this rectangle dynamically, and we'll have a few functions to look at. So if we'll stop this one and we'll start a new one. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.